Hey guys, rxlyaT or Taylor here, and today I'm back with another Division video. And of course it's Saturday, so that means it's the weekly vendor reset. Today we're actually going to start in Camp Clinton, because unfortunately last week I missed the blueprint vendor because I just completely forgot about it. So that's where we're going to start this week. Here, unfortunately, it's not going to show on my screen because I had already bought it a previous vendor, but that's actually the M4 blueprint here, and I highly recommend it for anyone that's just starting out on this game or has just come back. It's one of the best assault rifles in the game. Obviously, by having the blueprint, you can craft it as many times as you want to get that perfect talent combination. That's going to be around here, so make sure you pick it up. As well as that, we also have a classic RPK 74 blueprint, a holster blueprint, a firearms vest blueprint, a high velocity magazine, an MK M5A2 scope, and finally a firearms gear mod blueprint. Over at the special equipments vendor in Clinton, the exotics don't change, however the talents on them do re-roll. So the Cassidy rolled with predatory and adapt, the historian with proficient and unforgiving, the centurion with expert and destructive, the Liberator with self-preserved, competent and prepared, and finally the Pecan with skilled and competent. Staying in the special equipments vendor at Camp Clinton, that's a nice tactician's mask here. It's rolled fairly high on electronics at 1214, and its major attribute is already skill power, so not much you'd have to do here unless you wanted to max out a main stat. As well as that, that's also an Alpha Bridge mask, already rolled with damage to elites and enemy armor damage, a perfect Alpha Bridge mask. Maybe think about rolling out a main stat here to maximize it. So now in the terminal, we're going to do exactly the same. Look at the blueprints and then look at the special equipment vendor. So here we have a classic M60 blueprint, a Super 90, firearms knee pads, stamina backpack, a heavy magazine spring, a vertical grip, and finally a performance gear mod blueprint. Again, the exotics don't change, but the talents have re-rolled on them. So the Pecan has got destructive and sustained, the Centurion with expert and toxic, the Liberator with sustained, swift and dominant, the Historian with intense and capable, and finally the Cassidy with determined and brutal. There's also a nice PvE M700 here. It's got disciplined and destructive here with a fairly decent damage roll. I would probably roll disciplined for ferocious, and it does make one of the better M700s. Still in the special equipments vendor, there's a nice vigorous chest here with a really high roll on stamina at 1246. It's already got skill haste, health, but unfortunately the minor attribute is increased kill experience. Roll here for ammo capacity, and it's a god rolled vigorous chest. In the advanced weaponry vendor this week, we got a PX4 Storm rolled with expert and sustained, a burstfire MP5 with deadly, fierce and unforgiving, a military G36 with commanding, sustained and focused, a tactical Super 90 with adapt, vicious and sustained, a first wave M1A with adapt, intense, dominant, and finally a military M60 with accurate, ferocious and determined. Here reroll determined for destructive, and you have a great PvE military M60. But that's the only thing I can see in this vendor. So that's both Camp Clinton and the terminal down. We're now going to have a look at gear around the world, followed by weapons, weapon mods, and then gear mods. So in East 58th Street Checkpoint, here we have a really nice Tenacious Mask. This is perfect for PvP. It increases damage by 10% for 10 seconds when using a medkit. The stamina is fairly low on it at 1143, but it has skill power and damage to elites rolled onto it. Here I recommend rolling off damage to elites for burn resistance, and it's definitely one of the better PvP masks. So like I said, this was in East 53rd Street Checkpoint. And unfortunately that's the only piece of gear I could find this week, so we're actually going to go over and have a look for some weapons now. So at the last cool safe house, we have a nice ACR here with predatory, meticulous and competent. It has a great damage roll, so here I recommend rolling off probably meticulous for something like destructive, and it makes it a great PvE ACR, especially if you didn't manage to buy the ACR blueprint last week. So this is in the last cool safe house. Again, unfortunately that's the only weapon outside of the terminals that I could find this week, so now we're going to do gear mods and weapon attachments, and hopefully there's more than just one. So at the advanced weaponry vendor down in the terminal, there's a really nice loud vent break here. It's got crit hit damage, headshot damage and accuracy. If you're new to the division and attachments confuse you, just like they still confuse me, I recommend buying this and putting on any weapon it fits for. At Camp Clinton's special equipment vendor, I highly recommend buying this VX1 scope. It's got perfect rolls on it. We've got headshot damage, crit hit damage, and crit hit chance. I don't need to explain how good these are, so just make sure you buy it and put this on any weapon it's going to fit. I'm actually going to pick up one now. So that's it for the weapon attachments. Now we're going to have a look at some gear mods. At the Firewall Safe House, this is the only mod I recommend picking up this week. Unfortunately, the stamina is pretty low at 195, but it is 3% damage to elites. Like I said, pick this one up for any PvE builds. So guys, that's going to be it this week. Unfortunately, I'm really not feeling too well, so I wanted to keep it as short as possible. Hope you all understand, and hopefully I'll be back to full strength next week. As always guys, if you enjoyed this video, then let me know either by leaving a comment or by clicking that like button. And if you're new around here and want to stay up to date with all of the things of Division, then please make sure to subscribe. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.